RUBEN and Manchester United are going to make 4 key signings this summer. This is a report coming out live from Carrington today, where the media are there having an open training session ahead of Manchester United's final next week. Every single journalist that is in amongst Manchester United, reporting on Manchester United throughout the year, all of the journalists that we listen to and write stories off, are at Carrington today, and from there Samuel Lockhurst has come out with a story. A few other people have been talking about just players in general around Carrington, but a word from Manchester United is that Manchester United will be, and RUBEN Amorim wants to get 4 key players in this summer. 4 massive players, you would say, because these players, like we've been saying here on Forever United TV, need to be players that go straight into Manchester United starting 11. You've heard about what Gary Neville and Paul Scholes have been saying on the overlap recently about Manchester United just absolutely diabolical form in the Premier League, and lost for words as to how to explain what is going on at Manchester United. They then go into the recruitment side of things and the players that United bought in the summer. 5 key players Manchester United bought in the summer, and they were saying pretty much like I was, Man United should have been challenging for the Champions League with the players that we brought in. We bought in Mazraoui, we bought in De Ligt, we bought in Zirkzee, we bought in Lenny Yoro and Manuel Ugarte. It looks like it's going to be the same again this summer. But what is the difference? This is the same Ineos. Manchester United are going to be bringing in 4 key players. Therefore, with Ineos right now, you could argue that Manchester United, really, under them, have purchased or brought in a full team near enough. 4 players who we know 2 of are going to be Matheus Cunha and Liam Delap. Going off all of the reports and all of what's been said this week so far, and your up-to-date reports like we've been bringing you here on Forever United TV have all said United will be clinching the deals for both Matheus Cunha and Liam Delap. Cunha, first of all, 62.5 million plus 5 million add-ons and bonuses. Liam Delap reported at 30 million, with Chelsea now going for Osimhen. Newcastle are stuck with Isaac. Obviously, they look like they're keeping all of them, so won't need a striker. Then you've got Arsenal going for Victor Gyökeres. It does look like United are the front runners now, as said in titles of many write-ups on the transfer situation right now around Liam Delap. Manchester United are well and truly top dogs when it comes to the signature of Liam Delap. So who are the other signings? Obviously, that is up in the air, but like as always, when Manchester United allow the media to come into Carrington, the open training session, this will be a bit of a weird one, because how it works is open training sessions usually happen before a press conference. Now, RUBEN Amorim is not having a press conference today at Carrington. He's having it at Old Trafford later this afternoon. And so we'll be talking about that on the evening show later on tonight. But the fact that the media are there in force, they usually aren't all there for open training sessions, because United hold them before travelling out to an away game in Europe. So this is early, so all of the media are still in the country, and all of the British media are there at Carrington reporting on this today. So you would have got a few little snippets of information passed across. The journalists would have done their digging around and homework before going to Carrington, got a couple of little confirmations of people. United are not going to give them anything significant, but obviously you would have thought that just an idea of what the plan was. And again, we've all been guessing how many players on several shows this week, how many players Man United need. We've all been guessing like how many players we think Manchester United could get. Now, we talked about the 2, obviously, Cunha and Delap being brought in this financial window, which is from June 1st, with the transfer window opening because of the Club World Cup, to the 30th of June, and then the new transfer window and new financial year opening on July 1st. So Cunha and Delap brought in June, and then United are going to bring in 2 more key players. Now, the thoughts and everybody's opinions around what key players Manchester United need are there for everybody to see. We know that United are in contact with Atalanta over Edison. That's one key player that United are looking at. Now, there are reports, and quite a few people have said now, that United's other target will be in the attacking side of things again. Will that be another number 9, or will it be another number 10? It looks like it is now going to be another 10. Going off all of the reports that we have read out this week and what everyone is saying, the players that United are actually in contact with, from reliable sources, from Ornstein to Romano to Ben Jacobs to all of the publications, are saying the same thing. It looks like it's all evolving around the 10 role. So 210s coming in for Manchester United definitely spells trouble for some Manchester United players going in. But this report from Luckhurst today has come directly from Carrington. He's reporting it from at the training ground today, where he's also confirmed that Dalot is on a personal training routine right now. He's been seen with the physio of Manchester United at Carrington. We can now confirm that Lenny Yoro and De Ligt were the two players missing today. Collier and Heaven back in first team training as well, and in contention for, I'm guessing, the game against Chelsea this week now on Friday. So Ruben Amorim later on will obviously in his press conference fill us in on that. I'm guessing if Heaven and Collier are in contention, then they're two players that need game time and to be brought in as an option maybe for the European game going in this week. But them two players are back. But all anybody is talking about is them other two players, the other two key players that Manchester United might be going for. And that pretty much, I would say, has to be around the midfield area, at least one midfielder. And so we can all start pinpointing it. United were talking about Adam Wharton early on today. Our reports were talking about United being prioritising Wharton and another midfielder of that sort of quality for Manchester United. I just mentioned Edison there. Obviously, Joe Bellingham and Sunderland last night making it to the playoff final. Has that changed anything in terms of Manchester United's plans? Like, do they have to put everything on hold until, like what a lot of players and clubs are doing, waiting to see who has won what and who's qualified for whatever competition next season? Because Joe Bellingham actually being in the Premier League with Sunderland may change their whole outlook on needing to sell Joe Bellingham, and maybe even his look on what he wants to do in the future as well going forward. So that's an interesting one. We mentioned that Atalanta looks safe and in the Champions League for next season already as well. So finance is secured for Atalanta. So our two midfield targets there that we have been talking about quite a lot over the summer transfer window in Joe Bellingham and I say in the transfer window, it's not even open yet and it's already got this hot. Joe Bellingham and Edison, two players United are looking at, both in pretty comfortable positions in their current clubs. So United have got a lot of work to do. And whoever these other two players are, look, there's nothing finalised yet with Cunha and De Ligt. We just know that with the way that everything's going, Manchester United looking very comfortable for both of them players. I'll say that again. It's not complete and it isn't all signed, sealed and delivered. But the other two players, I mean, you get your comments in below and tell me who you think they should be. You know what I'm meaning by Cunha and De Ligt. Them two look signed, sealed and delivered, going off what we've read. Two more players to come in. What are the two positions? Who do you think it will be? I'm going to say my guess right now. I think Manchester United will be going for a central midfielder and another 10. I really do. Or at least, no, I would love it if it was a central midfielder and another 9. That would be my ideal situation. Everywhere else on the pitch, in terms of immediate priorities for United, I would say are not up there. It's definitely midfield. Possibly 2 midfielders. Don't know. I've just mentioned a couple of names there. You get back into the comments and tell me, out of everyone who United have been linked with so far, who do you think is the best bet for Manchester United going forward? Drop your comments in below. Let me know what you think. And of course, make sure that you do pop a like on the video if you're loving the content at the moment. Bringing you completely up to date with everything going on. Obviously, we're going to have bigger news later on this evening when Ruben Amorim takes to that press conference seat again at Old Trafford today, which is strange. First time that's happened for a while, where the media have been at Carrington and then not taking a press conference there. And the 5-hour difference from training to press conference. Kind of weird. But hey, look, Ruben will be telling us a lot more on the players, and I'm sure we'll be grilled on possible transfer targets as well later on. And we'll have all of Ruben's reaction later on as well in the evening show tonight. But yeah, get your comments in below. Who are the two other players and what positions do you think they're going to be playing? Hit that subscribe button on your screen right now as well, everybody, and check out the other content as well there. And make sure that you pop a like on this one as well. I'll see you in the next video later on.